Scooby Doo, and Five Nights at Freddy's. Two opposite sides of the same spectrum when it comes to horror and mystery. Can they go hand in hand? Could the mystery gang survive in the FNAF universe? More specifically, can they stop the beast himself, SpringTrap? Let's go over some of the best of both worlds and what they can offer against each other. Can the mystery gang stop SpringTrap and unmask him? I recommend that they shouldn't. Or will SpringTrap add the mystery gang to the kill count? This is Mayor Crunchy, and I go over some of the internet's wackiest debates and questions, and I do my best to answer. Here we go. The Scooby Doo franchise dates all the way back in September 13, 1969, where the world is introduced to the mystery gang. The team has 5 members, all having their own unique personalities. You have Fred Jones, the leader and the muscle of the group. Velma Dinkley, the brains of the group. Then you have Daphne Blake, the damsel in distress. Then you have Norville Shaggy Rogers, the laid-back member of the group and is also the owner of the Great Dane and the mascot of the Mystery Inc., Scoobert Scooby Doo. They are an amateur crime-solving group of friends and have been unmasking criminals ever since. But it all changed in 1998, where they released the first full-length animated Scooby Doo film, Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, where they feature actual monsters, no criminals under a mask. This includes actual zombies and werewolf hybrids. Over the years, the mystery gang are no stranger facing against real natural monsters. While it's very rare this happens, the common explanation for these cases is that it was a result of a curse. FNAF is also no stranger when it comes to spirits and curses. The FNAF lore has been all over the place over the years, but the iconic statements people made, and it's confirmed to be true, is that the animatronic contains the lost souls of the children that died by the hands of William Afton, aka SpringTrap. If the two franchises crosses over, this would be the first ever case the Mystery Inc. would handle that involves murder. While there are some exceptions, such as the Zombie Island movie, where the zombies were people that were murdered by the werecat hybrids. Of course, the target audience for Scooby Doo is young kids. The farthest they dealt with is kidnappings, robberies, or even attempted murders, but not the actual murders being committed. And also, the mystery gang doesn't go out of their way and seek out for crimes to solve. Most of their adventures in solving these mysteries were purely on accident. They would be on a trip or vacation, they hear a rumor that involves a tale of a supposed monster, then they go out and investigate. And fortunately for us, FNAF is themed around a pizzeria. And what characters from the mystery gang loves to go out and eat? It just makes sense. The more you think about it, the connections grow stronger. The mystery gang would stop by at Freddy Fazbear's pizzeria to grab a quick bite or celebrate a birthday. Makes more sense if it's either Shaggy or Scoops. A local will tell them about the mysterious case of the missing children and that the place is haunted, or that the brand carries out a bad name and is under investigation. The mystery gang gets curious, Fred says his iconic line, and there we have our collaboration. One question that we need the answer for is that can the mystery gang handle murder cases or spiritual encounters, because throughout the franchise, the mystery gang handles mysteries under the assumptions that this is all fake, or that it was all an elaborate hoax to scare off the people. In the collaboration episode with Supernatural titled Scooby Natural, where Sam, Dean, and Castiel are trapped in a Scooby Doo episode where it was essentially a remake of episode 16 of the first season of Scooby Doo, Where Are You? And at that point, since this was the early days of Scooby Doo, the mystery gang were unaware and has never seen an actual supernatural event or monsters, just some shady real estate developer under a mask working with some fishing lines and projectors. But when they do find out that they're dealing with real supernatural creatures, they didn't handle it pretty well. Fred had a meltdown because he could have been fighting against real monsters instead of a shady real estate developer. Daphne's questioning the meaning of life. Velma is doubting herself that this whole time monsters and ghosts do actually exist. And then we have Shaggy and Scoop giving the team the big "I told you so." But regardless, they regained composure and took down the ghosts with the help of Sam and Dean to deal with it. But we're already past that point. Scooby and the gang faced off against zombies, trapped in cyberspace, and escaped. This feat could be helpful if they were trapped in the FNAF VR scenario. But what is SpringTrap? For those that are not into the FNAF universe, SpringTrap is a withered form of an animatronic named Spring Bonnie. SpringTrap is possessed by William Afton, the main antagonist of the FNAF franchise. His first appearance was in the third game of the series, where he's the only animatronic to look out for, accompanied with the phantoms that will interrupt your gameplay that will allow SpringTrap to move towards you faster. Aside from the murder case that the mystery gang has never covered, they have actually dealt with a pizzeria type mystery. In Scooby Doo Where Are You? Issue 129, the crew arrived at a pizzeria that was once called the Pizza Pack. Similar to the Chuck E. Cheese, they have their own animatronic mascots, Elliot the Elephant, Happy the Hippo, Tappy the Tapir, and Rita the Rhino. But this comic issue is mainly focused on Elliot the Elephant, the main lead. The person behind Elliot the Elephant is of course not a lost soul possessing the suit. It is actually just a waitress who is tired of customers being rude to her. The mascot's design seems very similar to the ones you've seen in the FNAF franchise, and the woman behind the suit is about 5'4", putting her side by side with Daphne. Meanwhile, SpringTrap, there is no confirmed height or size calculation. We can assume since it was a regular guy taking over the suit, we can use the movie adaptation as a reference, and the actor behind SpringTrap, Matthew Lillard, is the same person currently voiced as Shaggy, and Matthew Lillard is at around 6'4", and combined with his weight and the suit, some stated to be at around 300 pounds. I can go on and talk about the in-lore feeds that was included in the books to back up SpringTrap's skills, but we're talking about one man animatronic against 5 Toon Force cartoon characters, who is part and featured in the DC universe. Velma's detective skills being rival to Batman is insane already. She was considered to be the next Robin because of her detective skills. Whatever their plan is into stopping SpringTrap wouldn't really matter because the plan never works, but somehow it ends up working in their favor. If you guys do want to see a Scooby Doo and FNAF in action, there is a great fan film that I recommend you should watch. I'll link it below. It's nothing too crazy, just your standard classic Scooby Doo episode featuring SpringTrap. With Velma's detective skills, she can figure out the ins and outs of how SpringTrap animatronic suit works. For example, in FNAF 3, to lure SpringTrap away from where you are, you click on a button on an area that makes a child sound. The reason for that is that the Spring Bonnie suit, not William, is programmed to head towards the noise, assuming that that's where the kids are at, while William Afton has no choice and is forced to move. Information like that can keep the mystery gang ahead of the game. A 1v5 against SpringTrap is unfair. Regardless if they have Toon Force, their teamwork and synergy is something William can't beat. That is also the reason why he became SpringTrap. The spirits of the children after William Afton dismantled the suits came back and cornered him and decides to put on the suit, which is his biggest mistake, or a curse in disguise, because a water droplet got in the suit and forces the spring lock to go off, tearing him apart in the inside, leaving him to rot inside the suit. But his soul overtakes the suit and comes back to life, and that's what I meant as a curse in disguise. But overall, can the mystery gang beat SpringTrap? I believe so that they can. They have plenty of experiences when it comes to facing against a man or woman behind the mask or an actual monster. SpringTrap's iconic feat is slaying children. But what do you guys think? Agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below, and what matchup do you guys want me to cover? Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Mayor Crunchy, and I'll see you on the next one.